Have you ever wondered what connects the Egyptian pyramids, the Great Wall of China, and the Bermuda Triangle? And how the sacred Mount Kailash in India and the ancient cities of Heliopolis, Eridu, Persepolis, and Lhasa fit into the same picture? If not, try plotting all these sites on a map. The answer will reveal itself. They all lie along the 30th parallel. Parallels and meridians are imaginary lines on the Earth's surface that form the geographic coordinate grid. We all learned this in school, along with the idea that in ancient times such coordinate systems did not exist, and that most geographic discoveries were made blindly. But here a correction is needed. Our civilization had no such system. Ancient civilizations did. The Egyptians, Sumerians, Chinese, and Maya are believed to have possessed sacred knowledge allegedly passed down to them by the gods. According to legend, the gods divided the sky above our planet into 3 zones: northern, central, and southern. The boundaries ran along the 30th parallels of north and south latitude, and it is on the southern parallel that the famous and mysterious Nazca Valley is located. Giant stylized images of 18 species of birds, a monkey, an orca, a spider, a lizard, and even human figures cover a plateau of nearly 500 square kilometers. Who created these drawings, when, how, and for what purpose? None of the many theories attempting to answer these questions has been conclusively proven. The Nazca Lines cannot be fully seen from the ground, so it is hardly surprising that they were discovered only in the mid-20th century, when a pilot flying over the desert noticed the strange figures. Archaeologists quickly arrived at an obvious conclusion. These enormous images, some stretching up to 10 kilometers in length, were created to be viewed from the air. As satellite imagery confirms, they are visible from an altitude of about 920 kilometers. The 30th parallel north appears to have held even greater significance. Along it, sacred cities of antiquity were built from Tibet to Egypt, and it was precisely there on the central plain of the Sinai Peninsula that structures were located which some researchers consider to be an ancient spaceport. But let's take this step by step. Mount Kailash in India, located on the 30th parallel, is considered the holiest place on earth by followers of 4 religions at once: Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, and the ancient Tibetan Bon tradition. This region is also the source of 4 major rivers of India, Tibet, and Nepal: the Indus, Sutlej, Brahmaputra, and Karnali. According to belief, the god Shiva and one of the forms of Buddha reside here, and somewhere nearby lies the entrance to the mystical land of Shambhala. But the main reason pilgrims are drawn to Kailash is the opportunity to perform a Kora ritual circumambulation of the mountain. It is believed that completing 1 circuit absolves a person of all life sins, while 108 circuits allow one to attain nirvana in this lifetime. The plausibility of the latter claim is hard to dispute, considering that a single circuit around Kailash is 53 kilometers long. The mountain's exact height remains disputed. Monks claim it is 6,666 meters, while scientists list it at 6,714 meters. Moreover, Kailash is said to breathe. It grows and shrinks, its height allegedly changing by several dozen meters over the course of a year. There is also a strict taboo against climbing it, which is why Kailash remains unconquered. Any expedition requires special permission from the Chinese authorities. Yet even earthly rulers seem powerless here. According to legend, all who ever attempted to reach the summit either died or returned without success. So, what kind of place is this? In fact, Kailash resembles a perfectly shaped 4-sided pyramid, its slopes aligned with the cardinal directions. The summit is rounded like an egg and capped with eternal ice, while the mountain itself appears to consist of 13 horizontal, stepped layers. Visually, it resembles a colossal stone staircase rising from base to peak. The greatest mystery of Kailash lies in its slopes, which resemble concave stone mirrors up to 1,800 meters high. Some researchers believe they can influence the flow of time. In 1999, Ernst Moldashov attempted to climb the mountain. Local residents warned him not to stray from the sacred paths laid by the lamas, otherwise disaster would follow. They told him a story of four climbers who ignored the warning and upon returning began to age rapidly. All four reportedly died within a single year, with doctors unable to determine the cause of death. Whether it was the warning itself or the intervention of higher powers, Moldashov never reached the summit. Continuing this thing, it is worth noting that all ancient sacred sites, Kailash, Stonehenge, the Egyptian and Mesoamerican pyramids, and Easter Island are not scattered randomly across the planet, as it might seem. The main mirror of Kailash faces directly toward the Egyptian pyramids, while two northern mirrors point toward the pyramids of Mexico. The Sphinx also faces Kailash. And here's something even more astonishing. If you draw a meridian line connecting Kailash and the Egyptian pyramids, its extension leads straight to Easter Island. The distance from Kailash to the pyramids equals exactly 1/4 of the distance from Kailash to Easter Island. Extend the line from Easter Island through the Mexican pyramids, and it leads back to Kailash. The distance from the stone statues to the pyramids is also 1/4 of the route from Easter Island to Kailash. Let's go further. Connect Kailash with Stonehenge, and the extension of that line again leads to Easter Island. Measure 1/3 of the distance from the island, and you end up precisely in the Bermuda Triangle. Finally, recall the official height of Mount Kailash, 6,714 meters. Remarkably, the distance between Kailash and Stonehenge is exactly 6,714 kilometers. The same distance separates Stonehenge from the Bermuda Triangle and the Bermuda Triangle from Easter Island. Even more striking, the distance from Kailash to the North Pole is also 6,714 kilometers. Despite the fact that parallels and meridians are imaginary lines, the 30th parallel can actually be seen from space under ideal visibility conditions, from a very low orbit, and only over China, where its contour was effectively outlined by the builders of the Great Wall. Stretching 8,851.8 kilometers, the Great Wall of China can rightfully be considered one of the greatest achievements of human civilization, and one whose main secrets remain unsolved. First, its geographic placement. Scientists have reconstructed the approximate shape of the Eurasian continent 2,200 years ago. At that time, the Great Wall ran almost exactly along the 30th parallel. There were no accurate maps of the Earth's surface then, let alone aerial photography, which raises an obvious question. Who was the true architect of this project? The second mystery concerns the wall's practical purpose. It is commonly believed that construction began to strengthen China's northern borders against nomadic tribes. This explanation is widely accepted, but another interpretation is far more intriguing. The foundation of the wall consists of two load-bearing walls placed 7 meters apart. The space between them was filled with soil, clay, and the bodies of nameless workers, buried vertically within the structure. According to some estimates, nearly 1 million people were entombed in the Great Wall during its construction. If one assumes that the human soul periodically returns to the place of burial, one can imagine the immense energy concentrated there. Researchers of anomalous phenomena believe this mass grave functioned as a gigantic battery. But then the question arises, what powered it, and how? It is known that every physical body possesses an electrical potential, and Earth above all. The Great Wall was built precisely at a location where this potential flows northward and southward. According to electrodynamics, Earth's movement around the Sun generates an electromagnetic wave whose phase velocity greatly exceeds the speed of light, creating conditions for communication. With whom? Apparently with space. Some scientists believe the outer walls of the monument could be used as a two-wire transmission line. Signals sent through them may have altered the structure of Earth's natural electromagnetic field and transmitted information through an intergalactic communication complex in Giza. The old theory of 19th-century Egyptologists that the pyramids were grand tombs built by pharaohs during their lifetimes has long been disproven. No pyramid has ever yielded the body of the pharaoh who supposedly commissioned it. For a time, evidence was thought to exist in the third largest pyramid, that of Menkaure. In 1837, British Colonel Howard Vyse and his assistants discovered a sarcophagus containing mummified remains. But, as is now well known though rarely emphasized, neither the mummy nor the wooden sarcophagus belonged to Menkaure. Most likely Vyse and his colleagues brought into the pyramid a sarcophagus made 2,000 years after the pharaoh's death, along with remains dating to the Christian era, and combined them into a single find. The result was a shameless archaeological forgery. What the seventh wonder of the world was truly built for remains a matter of speculation. In that light, the theory that the pyramids served as transmitters deserves consideration. According to this hypothesis, the apex of the Great Pyramid of Khufu functioned as a receiver of cosmic energy information, formed as a spiral and directed downward. Scientists know that pyramidal structures generate energy fields whose parameters remain undefined by conventional science. Because of these effects, all aircraft are prohibited from flying over the Giza complex. Navigation systems and engines reportedly fail too frequently above the pyramids. Whatever their purpose, the builders of the Egyptian pyramids knew the length of the equator and the duration of the year with remarkable precision. They were aware of Earth's orbital length, its specific gravity, the 26,000-year precession cycle, gravitational acceleration, and even the speed of light. And the placement of the pyramids precisely along the 30th parallel strongly suggests that their construction was geographically calculated with extreme care. In addition to monumental megaliths, ancient peoples built sacred cities along the 30th parallel, and it remains unknown who inspired them to do so. Where did they acquire such knowledge and technologies? Why were these achievements later lost, only to be partially rediscovered in the Middle Ages?
The Maya,
Consider
who
the
set their
Maya
calendar
who set
alarm
their
for
calendar
2012
alarm for December 21st,
with ancient
2012.
knowledge of
How
Sirius
could a
B and the
civilization
Galilean
known for
moons.
ritual blood sacrifice independently arrive at such deep and precise astronomical calculations? Or take the Dogon people of Mali, who in ancient times possessed knowledge of the invisible companion star of Sirius, the four largest moons of Jupiter, spiral galaxies, and other astronomical realities. There are no definitive answers to these questions, and perhaps there never will be. The traces of vanished civilizations have largely been erased by time and humanity itself, and it is entirely possible that our own world will one day fade into oblivion as well. God willing, not before the year 4024.